Hey Beta Team, here's a quick video just going through the things that we've uncovered so far that we want to improve on. And so really just going to focus on the shell and the cap. The internal balls and their configurations really are variable and out of scope. I just really want to get the shell and the cap nailed down. So starting with the exterior, things I see, I wouldn't mind if this was a little bit more of a radius. This is a little sharp here, and then on the right here, and then on this side, I wouldn't mind it if this had a little bit of a bigger radius too. It's kind of sharp. And I did adjust this form slightly, but other than that, I'm pretty good on the external and the shape of it. I like the size of the carb. I like the size of the fillet. It's comfortable on the finger there. And the machining and surface finishes are impeccable. There's really nothing to report there from a manufacturing error. The big thing is during this build I did a study on the O-rings, and I did vary the O-ring groove dimension, and then the OD of this came in a little larger than I expected. So it's good that I had the foresight to do that so that I can really get a good tight control and make sure it's in the quality plan for these parts. And I'll probably move to have the O-rings assembled at the outfit that's doing the machining, because that way there's there's nothing for sure other than putting the O-rings in there. But I have found a couple different durometers and different sizes of O-rings in this experiment as well that could allow us to get out of some trouble if we were to get in it down the road, which I wouldn't expect because of the study. So yeah, the O-rings. The other thing is I have one O-ring, both O-rings on this side of the carb, which allows some leak pass. So I'm going to move the carb hole in between the O-rings, and that shaves off a little bit of the cap length, which gives a little bit more room internally. Then on the cap, again, I think this is kind of sharp. So I'm just going to, rather than a chamfer here, I'm going to just put a nice fillet. Because this thing really just has this nice round and soft feel, and so I want to keep with that. But really, other than that, there's really nothing at the top of my head I could think of. The drip tips have been fitting well in here, but again, it is dependent on the drip tip itself. This one goes in kind of snug, and then there's another one I have that's fits a little looser. So, it's just tolerancing. Nothing is exactly the same, and slight changes in dimension will affect this O-ring seal quite significantly. So I will have a good tight control on that and an understanding with the supplier, and checks in place to make sure that we don't have that happen. I made this a little deeper when I changed this curve. That's the reason I did it.